Good day, everyone. So we got a new package in today. There should be 4 cars in this box here, and there should be an Alfa Romeo and a Porsche and 2 Ferraris. So let's take a look, get a little review, learn a little bit about these cars. The first one is an Alfa TZ3 Corsa. So that's a special one-off track car made for I assume a very wealthy German collector. And so there's only one in existence. So it's quite rare, of course. No one really knows how much it costs, to my understanding. But Alfa Romeo took one of their 8C cars and then rebodied it and modified it and made this special car. So as I unpack these here, you get a preview of what's coming. But here we go. Let's look at this box actually while we're at it. So the Alfa Romeo collection from Kyosho is 525 yen, which is like $5.30 or something like that. And on the back, we have a variety of cars. I think later in the future I'm going to try to get one of these Alfettas. Definitely that Carabo. And this 1750, of course. I think I'm going to put those on my list of things to try to get. Alright, so standard Kyosho stuff comes in the box, has the card with the paint alternatives. So you got red, yellow, black, and then it comes on the plastic base. Alright, so let's take a look here. In fact, you know what, I always take my Kyoshos off these bases and put them in a different display case. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. And let's take a closer look now. So it's quite nice already off the bat. And really nice printing here. You know, OMP, I think they make seat belts, racing seat belts. We got the Shamrock there, partial Alfa Romeo logo there. I don't know what's printed underneath that Shamrock. And I don't know if my camera can focus on something so small. Nope, sorry. Can't do it. On the back, there it is. I think the guy's name was Martin Kapp. He's the wealthy German collector that commissioned this car. Alright, so the back, very nice. Really nice Alfa Romeo logos that Kyosho's doing. You know, you can see the red cross there on the left side. Look at these giant tail lamps, really nice. Being plastic, you can see the depth of them. The exhaust pipe tips are really nicely painted silver. And then you got a little transparent window there. It's not really clear, but you can see the seats there. Okay, on top, not much there. It's just blacked out underneath the window. This side, we have an addition of the fuel filler cap right there on the left. I'm now noticing on the windows, you got this molding here to indicate the sliding window there. And then the wheels are, you know, nicely done. They just happen to be black though, so I wish they were silver. Okay, and then the top, I lucked out. You know, this printing's very nice. Nice printing of the badge, and then this snake kind of racing stripe, so it's really neat. What's going on there? Well, this is interesting. By scraping this, I just realized this grill is a separate plastic piece. And it's a little separate black piece with a silver painted rim. It's funny, I never would. I felt the ridge there. Alright, so plastic headlamps. There is ridging in here as well, which I think is part of the black plastic of the belly pan. 2 screws holding this one together. Okay. So, and then your standard Kyosho treaded tires. I am very happy with this. I'm just taking a look now with the naked eye, and I don't see any paint rash or contaminants, which is kind of common in these older Kyosho cars. So, actually, in fact, I'm going to look back to the box. I'm curious when this thing came out. Wow. So it says here 2012. So this is an old model, right? 9 years old. And the paint's still in great shape, so I really lucked out on this one. It was a good buy. Okay, so let's get to the next car, which is a very famous car and a really successful car in the Porsche portfolio. The 550 Spyder was designed originally for racing. And so these were made between 1953 and 1956. They made only 90 of them. And James Dean was a really popular actor. He unfortunately died in one of these in a race. He was racing and he crashed and he perished. So that's sad, but the success of this car, you know, it won its very first race, and it also won like Le Mans, the car class it entered in Le Mans. It won that. It also won the Carrera Pan America. And Wikipedia is telling me this was the very first sponsored race car. So, granted, I mean, I guess it makes sense. This is from the 50s. There's a little flat 4-cylinder back here, mid-engined, so still ahead of the front axle, but behind the seats, of course. And it's a little 1.5 liter, and it made around 110 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much, but I'm sure it was still a pretty sporty ride because, coincidentally, the thing only weighed 550 kilograms, which is very light by modern car standards. Okay, so let's take a look here now at the model. Since I'm right here, we'll start the side. It does say Carrera right there, so nicely printed. What is this here? A little something dot in the paint. Spin around up top here. We got a black interior, no paint, but nice mold details. Going towards the back, some sort of vents, I guess. Wasn't aware of these on the car. Must suck out air or something. Obviously, those are vents for the engine. We got the Porsche bag. I mean, the Porsche badge and the text as well, so that's good. And even though these are tiny taillights, they are separate plastic pieces. Mine's got a little bit of flash there, but it's okay. A little silver paint here on the central exhaust tip. And I'll take this out the stand in a moment. A little detail there, I'm not sure what that would be. Maybe a cover for like a bolt holes to maybe put a jack stand in there. Beats me. But the wheels are okay. They're not super crisp. You know, these lug nuts look a little bit muted. But you can see the black here of the spoke holes. So, I mean, those are really small. That's really impressive. I do love that about Kyosho. You know, if this was a TLV, that'd just be a solid piece of plastic. But Kyosho went ahead and actually molded such a precise wheel. This rear one's even better. It's a very good job. Nice to see. We have the central fuel filler cap there. And then I'm assuming this little bump, it might be the mirror, a little side mirror. But Kyosho never paints theirs. Granted, it is a silver car, so paint won't even help. Let us take this off the stand and see if there's any... It looks like there's some exhaust detail going on the bottom. And yes, there you go. So, that's actually not usual of Kyosho. So this is a nice addition. So we got a rivet. So I think this is from an older Porsche collection. But I think, again, I lucked out. The paint's not 100% perfect. There's something there and earlier over there, but there's no major blistering, no major gashes in the die casting before it was painted. So I'm quite happy. Very happy indeed. And this had to enter my collection. It's such a beautiful car. So small though. I mean, compared to a modern car. Okay, so let us move on to the next one and we'll look at the box again. Let me tilt this up here. Ferrari Minicar Collection 3. So this is an older one and $4.20 or so. It's a model kit, so I don't think I'm going to put it together here. It'll be torture for you guys to watch. But when did this come out? 2007. So this thing is quite a bit old. For those that are curious, these are the variations in this collection. The F50 GT, I'm going to have to get one of those. I already have that, I have that, have that, have that. I actually have all these other ones except for the 250 GTO. I don't have that either. Alright, let's just at least take a look at the metal body, and I pray that it's not messed up, you know, with paint rash being such an old model. Yeah, so you got your color variations there. And this one happens to be silver. So let's take a look here. Now the Ferrari 512M was the last of the Testarossas from the 1980s. This one was actually from 1992 onwards. And so they made some changes from the original Testarossas. I'll do a comparison video of other Testarossas later on when I collect all of them. But the main thing you first notice are it doesn't have pop-up headlights anymore. It's just fixed headlights. The front bumper is also different. And the hood here has these NACA ducts, which the earlier ones didn't have. So look here, you got the Ferrari badge. So that's good. In fact, hold on, let me tilt this down again so it's better light. Alright, look at that. Pretty, something, yeah, there's a little bit of paint rash. I can feel it with my finger. Okay. These are just paint, they're not even plastic separate pieces, but you do have it molded in there. There's silver on the prancing horse. The grille has some texture, so that's pretty good. On the side, you got the giant strakes and a little orange dot, so that's nice. A little keyhole molded in there. Really pretty tight panel lines for a Kyosho. Usually Kyoshos seem to have bigger panel lines, or maybe this paint was applied just right that it looks like a thin panel line. No, that's really thin for a Kyosho, I think. So that's nice. They really tried extra hard on this mold. There is a Ferrari printed right there. You might see it. Silver on silver doesn't show very well, of course. Okay, and also another difference between the earlier Testarossas. This has round tail lights. Okay. There it should probably say 512M. And then the silver on the prancing horse back here. My other Testarossa, the older ones from Kyosho, I don't think there's any paint on the horse. So they cleaned up their act on this run. The exhaust tips are just solid black, but you can see it's molded in, you know, the depression, so that's nice. This rear diffuser pan or whatnot is a separate piece, and that's different from the earlier Testarossas as well. Typical, nice underbody detail, so I think they tried a pretty good job here on this model. So, yeah, see, there's that gouge. There's a gouge in the casting there. But at least the paint's nice. I'd rather have a gouge and nice paint than no gouges and bad paint. So, not the luckiest right there. But again, this is an old model. Guys, let me know, the veterans to this hobby, you know, if you look at your models, the older ones, do they all have paint rash? Is this just a problem among Kyoshos? Like, do Hot Wheels and stuff like that get this problem? I'm curious. Please let me know. I'm pretty new to this hobby. Okay, let's go on. So we're talking a different class of car next. This is a ScaleMini. It's the Ferrari 458, and wow, this plastic thing is really tight. So the 458 is the replacement for the Ferrari F430, and this came out in 2009, and is actually out of production already. It ended production in 2015. Wow, oh, I don't know what the deal is with this. I'm gonna get a metal ruler. So I apologize here. This is just as new to me as it is to you guys. Wow. Alright. Well, stainless steel ruler saves the day. Okay, so in typical standard Ferrari naming convention, 458 means it's a 4.5 liter V8 in the back, mid-engine. A little more on the box. There's really nothing there. No hologram. I don't think this is a licensed product, if that matters to you guys. Okay, and there is tape as well. So it's a really nice nice display case. This is acrylic. It must be laser cut, I imagine. And then stainless steel screws. So it'd be a shame to say, yeah, my model rusted. Anyways, that does bring up the point. This model is, I believe, made of resin. It's not made of zinc, or it's not die cast, it's a plastic bottle. Okay, so cover comes off, of course, and let me cast down again. Okay, so let's see, we got a placard here. This is number 68 of 299. It's a really nice placard, very nice. I think this is my second ScaleMini. I have a 250 Le Mans, and it has such ridiculously comical oversized wheels that I don't like it. But this one looks pretty good off the initial impression here. So let's take a look here at the model from this side. Okay, there we go. So you'll notice immediately this is not a standard Ferrari. This has a body kit by Liberty Walk, or an LB Works body, I guess. So these are either fiberglass or carbon fiber, and they're screwed onto the car. And I looked up the price of these body kits. It's about $30,000, and that gets you front fender, the splitter, the side splitters, or whatever those are, and then the wide body fenders, the rear wing, and the diffuser pan. So I don't know, I guess that's alright if you're going to buy a Ferrari. Then you can probably afford a $30,000 body kit. Alright, so obviously these wheels are looking really sweet. And these carbon fiber brake rotors, it's very shiny, but they're not silver. It might be hard to see in the camera, but when I look at the naked eye, they are like a gunmetal gray. They're not shiny silver. Okay. Let's go around to the back. This wing has a really nice carbon fiber printing or decal. I'm not even sure how they do that. Is it just a really large waterside decal and then they paint over it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they get that pattern on there, but it looks nice. Okay, so the back, we got the 3 pipes coming out the back. Very nice. And then here, it's just a smooth surface, but it seems to be a decal again of some sort of grill. Third brake light, nice plastic tail lights. These little red things here look like they're painted. I'm guessing those might be reflectors. But you can see here on this side, a little texture to that that grill. Alright. Let's go to the top. So that's obviously very nice engine detail back there. And look at the window itself, it's super smooth. I don't think it's molded. I almost feel like that window is like a flat piece of plastic and they print the black on it and then it's maybe cut out. Because you can see it's like kind of flexing right there. So I think this is originally a flat piece of plastic. It's bent right now, but it's super thin, you know. That's why it's such a nice clear view of the engine right there. It's almost like the plastic doesn't even exist. So whatever it is darn impressive. And you can see the cylinder head covers there, the valve covers or whatever. That says Ferrari, it's printed on there. Alright, it looks like there's a texture right there in these vents. Am I right or wrong? It's hard to say. I don't know, maybe it'll show up better in post-production there, but to the naked eye it's kind of hard to see, it's so small. Okay, so this side, we got the green side. I just think this color scheme is it's great. You know, if I get bored, I can look at a green Ferrari. If I get bored again, I can look at a red Ferrari. Okay. So pretty crisp holes for the indicating the body screws holding this on to the fender. And then look at this front splitter. The carbon pattern again, super nice. 3 little separate struts holding it on, super nice. Inside there, is it easy to see, but it looks like there's a texture there. Can't get it's pretty deep. Yeah, I think that's a molded in texture. Not sure if you can see it. My camera screen's quite dark. Alright, I think I have some allergies, so I apologize for my sniffling. So yeah, crisp Ferrari logo there on the front hood. And this white stripe, I don't know if that's painted or not. You can see a little orange peel. So I'm not sure if that is paint or a decal or tampo printing. You know, it's clearly got a texture, but when you look at the red next to it, the red is super smooth. Actually, now I think it is a decal, because you can see a tiny bit of clear right there, right next to the white. So I think that's a decal. What I am curious is whether or not there's a clear coat over it. You know, like green light and stuff, they don't clear coat their graphics, so they're very easy to scratch off. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this in the case, so I never actually touch the car, so I guess it won't be an issue. Okay, so yeah, it's clearly a nice car, and no problems. I mean, let's look at the interior. It's all black, so it's kind of hard to see what's going on in there, but clearly there's some molding going on. Okay. So, very impressive. Just some last stats on this car. Even though this is like the bread and butter Ferrari, it's still a supercar. I mean, this engine makes 560 horsepower, and the car is capable of going 210 miles per hour in stock form. I don't know if it'd go that fast with this body kit, though. I imagine that wing creates a lot of drag. But whatever. I'll never know. I'll never own one of these. So, okay, guys. So if you have any questions or concerns, any comments, whatever it might be, let me know. We'll see you around. Bye.